Whoop. I didn't even gain a level yet, because I didn't reach any places where the enemies give you much. But I've got new armour, and I've ranked them up a bit, so maybe it'll be just about enough for my life to get going. Huh? I mean, boom! Ha would be question mark. Come on, you sexy bastard. Time to be bested. Smash! Ugh. You don't even do anything for a while, do ya? How silly. What about... oops. No, there's not enough time. No, it's not worth it. Oh, it's time, is it? Ah! Since when do you do that many at once? Can I just do this forever? No. This is the one that hurts. But it didn't this time. Ah. Isn't this just easy now? No. Ow, how was I supposed to know it's going to fall there? God! Oh, seriously, actually, that seems a little bit unavoidable. Because you don't know where they're going to fall. Ah, hi! What, the naff bombs? Okay then. Not particularly fair, if you ask me. How's I supposed to avoid all of that nonsense? Oh, and now that... well, I'm gonna have to somehow, aren't I? What? How are you supposed to know where they're gonna be? If you don't mind me asking, that is. Just a tad silly. Ow. Is he gonna eat me now? No. Good. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, good. As long as you don't eat me, we can remain friends. Uh-oh. He's going to. Right about now. Oh. Oh, you can dodge it, that's alright. Oh. Ow. Oh. Oh, you can kind of dodge it then. It's just a bit... it's just a bit dicky. A bit ricky-dicky. Oi! I took damage when I landed. Whatever. What an illegal boss. Uh-oh. With its death, its fat body landed, and the world rumbled forever. Light statue. Oh, it's a dragon statue. I get to admire its beauty for the rest of... oh! The four statues began resonating with one another, emitting an unnatural light in the process. Oh dear. Light is very... rumbly. Maybe Adol's just really hungry. Hello? Yeah? As the light faded, the entire cavern grew deathly quiet. The end. Even the music has buggered off forever. Well, isn't that just unfair? Whoa! Oh. The rocks were packed too tightly to be broken with the terror bracelet. Adol was trapped. Oh, it's a damn good job I got the teleport. Oh. Hey! Uh-oh, step back, Adol. Is that you in there, Adol? You hurt? Adol shouted back that he was uninjured.
Glad to hear that my little body's okay. That quake caused some of the crevice's walls to collapse. I managed to pick my way across though. But now we're going to do something about these rocks. Adol, I'm going to need you to step back for a second, okay?
Oh, he said step back, not walk back. Step back! What?
Here we go.
Yeah! Yeah! Whoa! Oh, they faded away. Oh. Chris Redfield would be jealous. That's what I'm screaming. What? Wars? 0. Dogi the Wall Crusher like a million. Who needs doors when they got me? No one. There wasn't a door in the first place. That was a new record too, I think. Never took down solid rock before. Should get me in the history books. What, you took down a prison wall? Back in the first game. So it looks like you found another statue. Is that all of them? Come on, let's head back to the Master's house. You didn't let me answer if that's all of them. What if I'd come here first and got the one in the mines afterwards? Oh fuck, it's him again. Do we get the boing, 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 boing? Chester, you're here. Of course, I've been kept well appraised of your actions. Seems you have all 4 statues now. Yeah, I've just dealt with a load of shit, so you know, piss off, mate. I'm not in the mood for it. So as I said before, I think you'd best give them to me. Punch him.
Chester, there's just one thing I need to know. What are you planning to do with these statues?
A mere knight dares not question the motivations of Count Maguire, though I cannot entirely plead ignorance, as I've heard some rumblings on the nature of his glorious plan.
That's not what I asked you. I want to know what you plan to do with them.
Give them to Count Maguire. How long have you known? What?
I knew from the very beginning. I didn't believe for a second that you felt such contempt toward Elena. That's just not you. And I really couldn't see you serving someone as obviously corrupt as Maguire. Not willingly anyway, so I figure you got to have something else up your sleeve.
Your oafish exterior belies your perceptive nature. It always has.
Is he good after all? Out of it, Chester. What are you really up to?
Very well, I suppose this is as good a time as any. What I seek is revenge.
Revenge! Ah!
You were born in Felghana, so undoubtedly you're familiar with Genos Island, no? Yeah. I've never told you this before, but that is the land where my sister and I were born.
What? Wait a second. I always heard that Genos Island was wiped out by some kind of plague or something.
Or plaque. They didn't have toothbrushes. Indeed, we speak of the same place. However, it was not plaque. Plague, just say plague. But monsters that brought about the island's ruin.
Monsters! Oh no!
Yes, monsters with the appearance of human skeletons clad in armour. Oh, I saw some of those in the ruins. They were pretty dangerous. I can see how they would wipe out an island. They appeared out of nowhere and simply started massacring all the villagers. Our warriors fought back, of course, but the creatures just wouldn't stay dead. We stood no chance. I think you need some silver bells. Silver bells! In the end, Elena and I were the sole survivors of the attack.
But why? Why would monsters suddenly appear like that?
It was no random occurrence, and therein lies the rub. Oh, rub one out. Maguire was directly responsible for the massacre. He enlisted the services of the Dark Sorcerer for the task. A Dark Sorcerer. Oh yeah, the mummy. My people were the descendants of Genos himself. We were charged with guarding the holy artifacts that had locked away the Demon Lord's power to prevent their misuse. I would assume Maguire simply considered us a threat to his ambitions, and that's how my sister and I were orphaned and came to live with the Mayor of Redmont. It's no surprise that Elena's memories of these events have been suppressed given their extreme horrific nature.
Oh, then you want revenge on
Maguire, yes. Oh, sneer. He will be destroyed by the very power he so desperately seeks. And he won't be the only one. I intend to see to it that every living creature in Valestein Castle burns to hell in hell. Perhaps then the wounded, defiled souls of my ancestral people can finally know true justice. At long last, after all these years, their anger and hatred will be appeased, and eliminating the parasitic slime who sits on Valestein's throne will benefit the entirety of Felghana as well. Now then, why don't you hand over the statue so this can fall into place? You don't have to threaten me, just tell me the story, and I might help you instead. As in the past, now you have told me the story, but you've kicked me down a lava pit, so I'm less willing to help.
To be honest, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to react to all this. I can't pretend to know how you feel, but just hear me out on this one thing. Let's just say that your plan succeeds and you do get your revenge. What then? Do you think it will make Elaine happy? Hell, will it really even make you happy? Sure, Maguire might be a horrible man and he might even deserve what you're planning for him. But imagine how Elaine would feel knowing the depths you've sunk to in the name of vengeance. Do you think she'd be proud of what you accomplished? If you just step back and think about it, I know you'll find some other less drastic way to deal with Maguire.
Kick him up the bum.
If I explained everything to the townsfolk, they'd understand, and I bet they'd do what they could to help too. If everyone banded together, we could drive Maguire out of Felghana for good, send him into exile. You don't have to disgrace yourself over scum like him. So come on. Please, Chester, you have to put a stop to this before it's too late. Come back to town with us. We can all sit down and have a good time. Maybe enjoy one of Elena's home-cooked meals. Look how far I've come though. Do you honestly believe I can go back now after all this? No! There's no turning back for me! Oh!